Welcome to Finally a Knitting Party, situated in the very heart of Swarthmoresville. It's a hidden treasure, but what's inside isn't gold or diamonds. It's yarn. This space is home to Swarthmore's finest knitting parties, as well as a vibrant community of people brought together by a common thread, the thread of knitting. Language permeates every fiber of this community. The linguistic landscape of the shop comprises both everyday English vernacular and a jargon specific to the knitting community of practice itself. The language used in the space is directed by and for knitters. People who are familiar with the techniques and materials of knitting are equipped with the communicative competence to navigate throughout the space.
Well, in the world of needle arts.
So we're going to scallop, like we're going to pin it, right?
Further, the knitting community experiences constant change due to mobility and transmission, especially within the bounds of the community of the suburban knitting shop. These changes can be attributed to advances in technology and social change, among other factors.
The people who are looking for fibers and the younger, hipper are probably finding us through the computer. The computer, believe it or not, has been a huge boost to this industry. I think it's evolving to be more popular, more hip, and it just keeps going. So that's an interesting. So I do get more of a, actually I get more variety of people in here. And the story is, the history of knitting is that actually it was Egyptian men who were the first knitters. And they knit for luxury. It was relaxation. And then once they realized that they were making something so purposeful, so useful, it became a job. Now we need to manufacture these. Now we need to make them. And once it became a job, they handed it off to the women. So.
During our time at Finally a Knitting Party, we encountered a diverse group of individuals from a wide variety of careers, townships, and age groups.
Yep. See doctors and lawyers and judges.
We have a lot of doctors. Isn't that interesting?
This is a space where everyone is made to feel welcome with a series of purposeful icebreakers.
My name is Patty, and if you could somehow magically make this done by tomorrow.
These relationships can transcend the physical space of the knitting shop and enter other parts of the knitters' lives.
But I was a management consultant, and somebody actually at the knitting table at one point had a problem with something. We ended up meeting separately and solving the problem. But that kind of thing happens all the time.
What then brings these people together?
When we're here, I always think of us as whoever, age, gender, whatever it is that might differentiate us from each other. At the same time, we're all knitters. So what I have found with knitting, which it's just so wonderful, is that it is ageless. When you sit at this table, you might have somebody who is 80, and you might have somebody who is 8, and they're sitting there talking about what they watched on TV last night, or where'd you get your hair cut, what are you wearing for Christmas, that kind of stuff. So there's just this totally ageless conversation that happens. A person enters the knitting shop, guy or girl. It's almost like whatever we had out there that defined us, we leave on the doorstep and we walk in. It's really an interesting transformation. So it's amazing when you pick up your knitting needles. There's something very safe if you're a knitter that you can talk about just about anything you feel as though you need to talk about.
And if all else fails, I always tell people you should look at the category called mature patterns.
And mature patterns?
Yeah, it means things like penis cozies.
On a fire in a bar, feeling lonely, but I got some yarn. Ooh yeah, got the yarn, I'm gonna do some knitting.